It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Raiders and the Ravens. And it kicks off next on Madden NFL 25.
Next to some of the northernmost waters of the beautiful Chesapeake Bay, we're at M&T Bank Stadium near Baltimore's Inner Harbor. Welcome to Week 2, everybody. Kate Scott and Brock Heward here with you. Really happy you could join us in a game that's already an early must-win for both of these teams, Brock. They were each losers back in Week 1.
It's only 2 weeks, Kate, of a 17-game season, and people I know out there going, come on, a must-win right now. But the percentage of teams all-time who make the playoffs after an 0-2 start, it's right around 10%, so you are spot on once again.
Neither team got the start to the season that they wanted. Let's see who can right the ship as Week 2 gets underway. Here's a return from the 7. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. So out head the Raiders for their first possession. They'll be led out by the 12th-year pro from West Virginia, Geno Smith.
Last week, Kate, you won't call his effort wasted, never. But you wish a game like that would have come in a win instead of showing up in a contest they ended up dropping. 2 touchdowns, no picks. That's the type of game that wins are typically built off of.
Drive starts with a carry by Stevenson. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Connects with Johnson. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. They get 27 on the play. And that's a Vegas first down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down. They've got a man in motion. First and 10 now. Here's Smith. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down. This is Stevenson heading right. And he's going to get it out past the 40 before he goes out. A strong 9-yard effort there, Brock, and it brings up 3rd and 1. They go again with Stevenson. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Jason Sanders on for the field goal. It'll be a 54-yarder from the right hash. And he missed it. It's no good. And we continue to await our opening score of this ballgame.
Well, once you get out beyond 50 yards, everything in the process has got to be perfect. It's a good effort, but it's going to wind up off the mark.
The Ravens in a very good field position as they come up, 1st and 10. Back to throw, it's Lance. Escapes the pocket. Breaks the tackle, green grass ahead. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's good for a Ravens first down. Looking to throw, Lance. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't. They call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. Now the shotgun give to Cook. And the push forward doesn't get beyond the line. Stopped by the unmistakable Max Crosby. This offense looking to convert as they come up on third down. Throwing is Lance. That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with first and goal.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's first and goal. And he gets in. Touchdown! The Ravens get a perfect start. They've gone up 6-0. They broke out the design, run for him there. Coach just tells him, hey, Brock, hey, QB, do your thing, get us 6.
Yeah, and these offensive coaches love this play, and defensive coaches hate it, Kate, because it really gives you an extra hat, right? An extra number when your QB's got the athleticism, got the legs, got the instincts to go run it in for 6. A defensive nightmare, an offensive touchdown.
That one splits the uprights. And the Ravens will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Here's Parker Washington with the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. Now for the second time this game, we get a look at the Raiders offense. They could only set up a lengthy field goal attempt their last possession, Brock, so some room to improve in how far they can advance the football here. Smith on first down. Gets this to Johnson. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. Second and 3 now. Trying the left side with Stevenson. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a third down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next third down coming.
On the draw, the give to Stevenson. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that's good for a Raiders first. A quick throw completed out to the left. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was first down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
On second down, it's Stevenson. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Drew Tranquil brings him to the ground. Ravens bring an extra DB out there. Third down coming up. From the gun, Smith. And he must have overlooked the linebacker there because he was right in the way to swat it away and bring out the incompletion.
You know, it's tough to succeed a linebacker in most defenses if you can't hold your own in coverage. They rely on you to break up throws just like that and take some of the stress off the secondary.
So this one will go out of bounds, and they'll start the drive inside their own 30. Now we'll get set to see the Baltimore offense for the second time. And so far, they've executed exactly how they drew it up, Brock. Early lead, no points allowed. And a chance now to seize control of the game on their second possession.
And Kate, generally, offenses love to script their first 10 to 15 plays. Well, this entire game script is playing out just the way they want to.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. To the air, Lance. Complete to Pearsall. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They got 24 yards on the play. And that'll be first down, Baltimore.
Yeah, I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the first down. That's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
Shotgun handoff now to Cook. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a pickup of 33 yards. And that's good for a Ravens first down. The tight end going in motion right. Working inside the red zone. He's running with it.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
Straight ahead, here's Cook. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule? That was it.
Caught him across the line early there. That's an easy call for our officials.
Encroachment, defense.
He thought he had the timing down and could make the play, but just a hair too early.
Still first down.
So before they get the snap away, we reach the end of the first quarter. 7-0 is our score. Back to the bank in just a moment. Welcome back. Second quarter about to start. Ravens with a chance for at least 3, maybe 6. Cook. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard. We'll pause here. There's someone injured after that play, and yeah, it's their tight end, Mark Andrews. They're lining up on the doorstep. 2nd and goal from inside the 1. Oh, they're looking option, headed left side. And he gets in. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens get another 6 to make this a 13-0 game. My partner up here is pumping his fist after that one. That is how you run an option as a quarterback. Good read to hang on to it and do it himself.
Yeah, because I could never do that, not even close. But when the defense overplays and you run that option, you get that good 2-on-1. More times than not, they will commit to the more dangerous guy, the running back. But you leave a lane, this quarterback can do some damage as well.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him. Time for the Raiders offense to hit the field. They haven't been able to get that offense going just yet, Brock. The deficit at 14. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. Starting on the ground here with Stevenson. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. They gained 14 on the play. And that's a Vegas first down. Out of the gun, here's Smith. Ramondre Stevenson makes the catch. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. Now hang on, looks like somebody came out after that play a little shaken up. Not sure we saw exactly what happened, but he'll get some assistance now. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the gun, a gift to Stevenson. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
Oh, he's going to run for it. And this one does not go far.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock. You know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
J.K. Scott's on the punt. And this is the 2nd time he's been brought on to kick it. And this one ventures out of play on the fly. The question is where it's marked. Looks like they'll say the 17-yard line. The Ravens and James Cook making their way back out on offense now. They're out and set, 1st and 10. And while one sideline has 0 points, this offense, well, they have had 0 issues so far getting into that end zone.
They are rolling right now, Kate, and unless there's a speed bump on the immediate horizon, things are at risk of getting out of hand.
Here's Lance now. Into traffic, complete. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. They have themselves another 1st and 10. Here's Lance. Pass complete to Cook. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on 1st down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag.
Holding, offense.
Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. Lance. Has him on the quick hitter. He'll head out of bounds after a small gain.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. So a timely moment for a big play, and they get the first on 3rd and 19.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Cook trying this one up the gut. And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. He lets a heater go deep, middle of the field. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. That's more of the catch out left. Pick up of a few as he heads out of bounds.
Never eat shredded wheat. Northeast, south, and west, right, Kate? And I like on 3rd downs, north and south. You start going east to west and eating that wheat, you could run into problems just like that.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And he's brought down before the return gets far. That one an impressive 57-yard kick. And it'll be Raider football. Now the Raider offense headed back to the field. And they're going to try to break through this defense and put some points up. They're down 14-zip. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, That is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
The give inside to Stevenson. And he found some running room for a nice gain. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Stevenson with another carry. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Now hang on here. We can't move on to the next play just yet. There's somebody still shaken up from the last one. And that's Maddengm Stevenson, the one in question. Las Vegas sends out the punt team. Isaiah Rogers deep to return. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And a fair catch made without incident just inside the 25. The Ravens returning their offense and this running back to the field. They're up 2 touchdowns and could make it a 3-score game here. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Now it's Lance. He's on the move, trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the hits just keep coming for them on this play, it seems. Elsewhere on the field, they've got a player hurt and in need of some attention. Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. They'll run it here. It's James Conner. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Even after a solid 6 yards on that play, still a long ways to go here on 3rd down. Pass play coming here. He just throws this one away.
So many coaches love 3rd downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. The Raiders and Maddengm Stevenson getting the football back now. Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. And they're going to take over possession. First down, Smith to throw. He finds Johnson. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Plowing up the middle. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
You know, Kate, during draft season, I was talking to an NFL GM, and he said, you know what, in time, we're going to realize tackles for loss are just as big a deal as sacks. Sacks get so much of the popularity. Tackles for loss, when you knock that offense backwards, I promise you, in time, we'll be keeping a closer eye on plays like that one.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Now Smith. Gets it to him on the screen. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. Shotgun snap to Smith. Connects on the crosser. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Give him 32 on that play. And that's good for a Raiders 1st.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Thinking touchdown here after that big play. We've got 1st and 10 from the red zone. Man in motion here. From the red zone now. Hits his running back. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. 2nd and 3 now. And again, it's Smith. Connects with Johnson. And he's out of bounds at the 3. Nearly got to the end zone there. This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Throwing it again here. Catch is made in close. And he will take this in. Touchdown. The Raiders make it a 1-score game before halftime. It's a Chris Godwin touchdown. Well, great work there, Brock. They weathered the storm, and now they've gotten themselves right back into this ball game.
Anybody who's played this game has been here before. The game doesn't start the way you want. You're in a big hole, and all you can do is climb out of it. And the words of Pete Carroll resonate. It's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Sanders connects on the point after. And the Raiders chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a 1-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Fielded at the 7. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. Well, we've already seen some nice plays here, and we're going to see plenty more before this game ends. But you might be thinking, with plays like that, my guys' ratings should be better. Well, you're not alone. You got a chance to let the Madden Ratings Hotline know just what you're thinking. Give them a call, 1-844-MADDEN-1, and make your case for who should get a boost. This one finds Kelsey. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Only one play in, Brock, and this drive already to midfield. One of the tight ends motioning left. Looking to throw, Lance. Kelsey makes the catch. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's 2nd. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Back to throw, it's Lance. That throw finds Pickens. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore. Now, just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense. And they can try for some points going into the break. Ravens call in on Justin Tucker for the field goal. This will be a 44-yard look. Tucker's kick is up and good. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. Here comes the final play of our first half. Throwing it just before halftime. He's trying to lay it in deep along the right sideline. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection. So we've reached halftime here in Baltimore. The Ravens flying into the break with a lead. Now it's down to Florida, where Jonathan Coachman is standing by in Orlando for the EA Sports Halftime Report. And I guess we'll follow up with the rest of the NFL after this one ends. We're moving right along to the start of the second half. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Return starts at the 3. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Here comes the Baltimore offense to begin quarter number 3. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
Motioning him from the slot right. This ball's caught by Pickens. And that's good for a gain of 5. Devontae Wyatt finishing that play off. 3rd and 4 coming up now.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
Throwing is Lance. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
That right there, that is a small step toward a big objective, and that's overcoming, Kate, a 2-score deficit in the second half. Fortunately, well, this game isn't close to being out of hand yet. We got to learn that lesson in the NFL. Anything can happen. There's still plenty of time to get that lead back, especially if they keep making impact plays like that one on 3rd down.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. 3rd quarter starts with a run by Stevenson. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Jordan Poyer up from the secondary to make that stop. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, here's Smith. That one's caught along the left sideline. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
I'm sure Coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Now a shotgun handoff to Stevenson. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Drew Tranquil brings him to the ground. 2nd and 6 coming up here. From the gun, Smith. On target to Godwin. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. We have an injured player down, so we'll take a pause. Looks like it is Chris Godwin they're tending to after the play. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Smith gets this to Johnson. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Now a give to Stevenson, coming right. And he's brought down for a loss.
Kate, I'll never forget walking into the Hall of Famer Dwight Freeney's meeting room with those defensive linemen. The late, great John Tierlink, his coach, he had a little sign up in his office, and it was sacks, and that money sign was the S, because ends and D linemen make their money with sacks. But you win games when they stop the run like that for a tackle for loss.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. A give up the middle to Stevenson. And their struggles on the ground continue as he's tackled after a small gain. Here's 2nd and goal from the 6. Again, here's Stevenson. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Las Vegas! The Raiders start the second half with some needed points. Ramondre Stevenson, the touchdown! They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Here's a return from the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. We see the Ravens making their way out now. That last touchdown cuts their lead from 10 to 3, but a chance to restore it right here. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Now it's Cook. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Well, we're going to pause here, and for good reason. One of the Raiders was injured on that play and is being tended to. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Again, it's Cook. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. Give him 6 yards on the run, so it's going to be 3rd and 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Here's Lance now. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line.
Let's go now.
Now the shotgun give to Cook. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Jermaine Pratt with the play defensively. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
And 9 at the 40-yard line.
Pickens motioning left. Oh, look at this. Quick touch pass to the receiver. Get some space around midfield. It's a pickup of 26. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
Gosh, I love that creativity of the play call. Name of the game is putting the ball in the hands of your best, your playmakers, creating matchups for them to take advantage. And this time, not as a receiver, but as a runner. That is job well done.
Completed here to Pickens. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Tre'Davious White there on the stop. 2nd down now, 7 to go.
At the 31-yard line.
Short side option here. He's running left. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Tre'Davious White there on the stop. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
To the air, Lance. And the Raiders get there and take him down. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Well, here's what I know, Kate. And sadly, from personal experience, after this one's over, QB, he's going to be the first one in the cold tub because he has been feeling the heat and paying the price all game long. At some point, you've got to find a way to protect the passer or he's not going to endure this season.
Staring at 4th down, the Ravens will go with Justin Tucker to try for 3. From the left hash, 54 yards out. Has the distance, but headed well left. No good. And they are unable to double their lead.
Man, that is a sound every kicker dreads. I really thought it had a chance to sneak in, but instead, it's rejected by the upright.
The Raiders and this running back headed back out for a new series. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. Drive starts with a carry by Stevenson. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4. Now hang on here. We can't move on to the next play just yet. There's somebody still shaken up from the last one. And that's Ramondre Stevenson, the one in question. 2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 48. Complete to DK Metcalf. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's a Vegas first down. Here's the handoff. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
We'll have him gain about a handful there. Drew Tranquil brings him to the ground. We'll see what they come up with for 3rd down in just a bit. We've reached the end of 3. It's Raiders football, and they'll get to work, coming into the quarter trailing. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Here's the one back on the handoff. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. 1st and 10 now from the 30. They go play action. Here's Smith. Flushed out. Oh, he was on the move, and so was the defense, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over him.
Third and long for him here. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he's in. Touchdown! The Raiders take a fourth-quarter lead. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
This is the time of the game where your legs just get a little bit tired. But that was a determined-looking drive right there. They were not going to be denied, and they're able to score and take the lead.
Now a try to go up by 4, put it out of the range of a field goal. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Raiders take a 4-point lead.
21, Ravens 17.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. He fields it from the 8. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Ravens and George Pickens set for this next possession. And he has kept his pace up in the second half. His quarterback more than happy to keep throwing it his way, considering what he's been able to do with his looks all game. Throwing now from the gun. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Here's Lance. That pass is complete to Kelsey. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
And he's brought down for a loss.
That is teaching tape for a linebacker. Read, react, and finish.
The Ravens getting ready for the punt. And he'll try to hit this one well. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. Big kick on that one, 62 yards. And it's going to be their football coming up. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Blown back gets the handoff. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
That's knocked away by a defender, incomplete.
That's a nice job there by the linebacker. He kind of looks like a cornerback on that, doesn't he? Perhaps those cover guys are going to have a little fun with him in practice this week, because he looked like a DB right there, swatting me.
And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And the defense comes through, and that's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Kate, the game wasn't on the line with that series, but don't tell the defense, because they brought the urgency and juice like it was. Getting the sack, setting up 4th down, well, it picks everybody up on that sideline. And now their offense gets a chance in a one-score game.
The Raiders bringing out the punting unit. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. The kicking team got downfield quickly there. He didn't manage much on the return. And the Ravens more than happy to take over in enemy territory. Shotgun handoff now to Cook. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Another one for Cook. Works his way to the 35. And he has it down to the 26-yard line. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And that'll be first down, Baltimore.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Straight ahead, here's Cook. And they make the play at the 23, a gain of only a little. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
On the pickup, it's 2nd and 8.
Here's Connor on the option. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A couple yards on the run. It's 3rd and 6 now.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Quick pass, right side, complete. And he's brought down at the line.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
He finds him beyond the marker. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. Gotta think this is 4-down territory, Brock, as they come up here, 1st and goal. Motioning the tight end left. Cook trying this one up the gut. And he's going to advance them down to the 4-yard line. It's a pickup of 5, and that brings up 2nd and goal.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line.
Now run by Cook. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
He was taken down.
These stops, they don't always make the end-of-game highlight reels, but they absolutely should. The coaches and players know it. Offenses are always counting on yards on that type of run. And anytime it results in a loss, it could be a potential drive killer.
Gets it towards the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back into rhythm.
Desperation time here on 4th. Bails out of the pocket quick. And he's tackled for a short gain. You can't find the end zone. They stop him, and they'll still trail as they turn it over on downs.
You know, these 4th down plays are all about trust. You lean into what you do best. Unfortunately, with the lack of execution, you're going to throw that one off the playlist.
The Vegas offense getting set for another drive now. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Smith back to throw. That's Metcalf running the slant. And he gets this one up to the 10-yard line.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
The give here on 2nd. And he's brought down for a loss. Looking at a tough spot to punt it away if this 3rd down is unsuccessful. Looking to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
And he's tackled with markers
Personal
down.
foul.
This one
Roughing
should
the
be on the
kicker.
defense. A fortunate break for them as they get a gift with roughing the kicker. Their offense heading back out to keep things going.
Automatic first down.
This drive should have been over, partner, but running into the punter gives them new life and this first down. They'll run here following the penalty. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down. Back-to-back carries here. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They come to the line here. This is 3rd and 6. Here he is to throw. Finds a man right side. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Timeout taken by the Ravens. That is their final one. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. They drop to a knee, and what little time we have left here is going to tick down. Offense to the line for second down. Give now to the running back. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. Setting up for the kneel down on 3rd. He goes to a knee as time winds down in this one.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So it's a road win for the Raiders in this one. And even